Hi everyone, and welcome back to Harp and Guitar, People and Music. So for today's video, just a quick one here, just wanted to share with you some record store finds. A few days ago I made a trip into the big city, and of course I visited a couple of the record stores that I try to frequent whenever I can, and I found these great treasures, so I thought I'd share them with you here. So without further ado, let's have a look. Alright, so the first one that I found in the bargain bin, actually, in the 45 RPM vinyl records, was on ABC Records, B.B. King, My Song, from the album Friends. It's actually not too bad. It's not the best song, and it's not B.B.'s strongest, most powerful blues, but, you know, the A-side, Friends, not a good song at all. But the B-side, My Song, is actually a pretty nice little jam. Actually, it's a nice, catchy little tune. Again, not super bluesy, kind of more of a rhythm and blues, but you know, nonetheless, a B.B. King. So if you can find, you know, a B.B. King on a 78 or on a 45 like this, they were originally released as a single, and then they would release the album. So I was pretty happy with that. The price tag on it said $6.99 Canadian, and everything in that bin was 50% off. So, you know, I basically got this for less than $4. You can see it's kind of dirty and dusty, so I'm going to definitely clean that up. And then I'll probably share this with you guys on the channel here on your Blues Jukebox. So I think that would be a great one to feature some more B.B. King on Blues Jukebox. Alright, and the next one here I was very happy to find, and it's, again, a 45 vinyl, 45 RPM single, and it's on Atlantic Records, Aretha Franklin. The A-side is Baby I Love You, and the B-side, Going Down Slow, which is actually a traditional 12-bar blues, and it was, I believe it was written by Willie Dixon, but recorded here on Atlantic Records, Aretha Franklin. And I was pretty happy about this one in particular because, as you can see, the record itself is in great shape. There's no warps, no scratches on it at all. Again, just a little bit of dust, and that's just from it sitting in that bargain bin. Once again, a great deal, $4.99, 50% off, so, you know, $2.50. It's pretty good for a record that's in such great shape, especially an artist as accomplished as Aretha Franklin. Powerful, powerful, soulful, bluesy singing voice, and of course quite a great piano player in her own right as well. So I was very happy to get that one. So definitely clean that one up, and again, put that on your Blues Jukebox here at Harp and Guitar. I think that would be a fantastic addition. The third one that I found in that bin, and this one was for $2.99 Canadian, again, 50% off, so $1.50. And it's the Fenderman, Mule Skinner Blues. And I was really excited to find this one because I've been a fan of this song since I first heard it probably 20 years ago on some oldies radio station or something like that. And it's kind of, I guess you could describe it really as a novelty record in a sense, but I really like it because the content goes back or harkens back to more traditional blues recordings, and it touches on some of those older topics and subjects like mule skinning. And it's just a great fun record, and it's actually fairly rare, especially on this first pressing of Apex Records, again on a 45 RPM. And this one is in terrific shape. No scratches, no warps, and it doesn't even really have a lot of dirt or dust on it, so it's not going to take a lot of time or effort for me to clean this one up at all. And again, put it on your Blues Jukebox here at Harp and Guitar. Now the A-side, or the first side, is Mule Skinner Blues, and side B, Don't You Just Know It, which, to be honest, I've never heard of, so once I clean it up, I'll give it a listen. But I was really excited about this one. Again, it's one of those funny songs that sticks in your mind for years and years, and I just came across it flipping through that bargain bin. And I just about did a backflip with joy. Okay, and this next one I was surprised and shocked to even find in that bargain bin. because it's a true blues record, and it's got to be fairly rare, especially on this Transworld label. To be honest, I'd never even heard of Transworld record company at all. So it's an American label. But this is a Slim Harpo 45 RPM on vinyl. And again, it's an original pressing. I like Slim Harpo because he's got sort of that swampy kind of countrified sounding blues, but it's at the time of the recording it was very sophisticated, up-to-date Chicago blues. That was just sort of his style, was that sort of swampy sound. And side A, or the first side, is I'm Your Bread Maker, Baby. And the B side is Lovin' You the Way I Do. And like I said, I was very, very excited to find this one because up in my neck of the woods here in Alberta, Canada, blues is, is fairly popular, but not as popular as it is down in the United States, or even as popular as it was in England in the 60s and 70s. So to be able to scare up something like this out of a bargain bin was just a real treat for me. Now, it was a little bit pricier, $9.99, but again, that 50% off, so I got it for $5 Canadian. To me, that's well worth it for a 45 RPM vinyl record that somebody of the caliber of Slim Harpo, just a fantastic bluesman, kind of one of those one-man band kind of guys. He played guitar and harmonica at the same time, wearing a harmonica rack around his neck so that he could play both instruments and sing. And some songs he would play just guitar, some he would play just harmonica, and some both. But just to me, this is a great find. So I'm very excited to, once again, get this cleaned up a little bit and upload it onto Blues Jukebox here at Harp and Guitar. And the last one here for today, and it was the last one that I found on my record shopping trip, was actually a 78 RPM on a shellac platter here. On Quality Records, Johnny Cash, Guess Things Happen That Way. Well, I guess things just happen that way. A fantastic classic blues or, sort of early hillbilly recording. Sort of right at when Johnny Cash was at the height of his powers. And I found this in the bargain bin for $1. Now, for a guy like me, finding a 78, of which I have over 100, finding one for $1 is just a rare occurrence. It's not in the best of shape. You can see that especially here in the grooves closer to the label, after the the audio, like the audio track, the song itself is finished, and then you just have the grooves that take you to the end of the record. It's quite rough and scratched up, but there's not really a lot of heavy scratches in the grooves that contain the song, contain the recording. So again, I think if I clean this up very nicely, I think it'll sound great. And it'll be another great addition on your Blues Jukebox here at Harp and Guitar. I Guess Things Happen That Way, side A, and side B, Come In Stranger, which actually is another great song. So it's not very often that you find the A side and the B side of a single, whether it's 78 or a 45. That have two really great songs. This features Johnny Cash and the Tennessee 2. So again, just for me, this was something that, I thought it was my birthday when I found this, and when I saw the price of $1. So I got it for 50 cents. Again, I'll clean it up and upload it here in your Blues Jukebox at Harp and Guitar. Now, the other thing that I just quickly wanted to mention here was, as I spoke to earlier in the video, I'm going to be cleaning these records up a little bit, cleaning the surface and the grooves and making sure that all the dust and dirt has been removed. But you have to be really, really careful when you're cleaning old records. And there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all of these 45 RPM singles are on the sort of the newer format of records, which of course is vinyl. But this Johnny Cash 78 is on one of those older shellac platters. So you can't use the same cleaning solutions and cleaning products on these older 78s that you can on the newer vinyl, even today's vinyls that are being pressed and released right now. It's a completely different set of chemicals and that sort of thing that you have to use. Now, for myself personally, I just tend to use, sort of any sort of vinyl cleaning solution. You just spray it on the record, let it sit for a little bit, and then get yourself a good 100% cotton cloth. You don't want to use any sort of synthetic fibers at all, because they can scratch or damage the record even more. And what you're really trying to do is preserve and sort of bring back to life these older records. You don't want to add more damage to them. So a good cotton cloth, and any kind of record cleaning solution, just read the label carefully. This one is only for vinyl records because it does have alcohol in it. So again, you can't use it on these 78s. You can only use it on vinyl. And, they're pretty much all the same, one brand to the other. There's really not much of a difference. But for these older 78 RPM records, what I like to use is just a little bit of mild dish detergent, like Dawn or Ivory liquid soap or something like that, in some warm water. Just a couple of drops to a couple of cups of warm water. And again, use yourself a cotton cloth, and very lightly in circular motions. You dip the cloth in your cleaning solution and lightly in circular motions clean out the grooves, going round in rotating circles very gently. Try not to get any moisture on the label, because then obviously you'll ruin the label. And for anybody who collects older records, you may like to keep the label in the pristine condition as well. And then after I've gotten everything cleaned and dusted and all the dirt and everything removed as best I can, what I do is I take all of these old sleeves that they came in, and I put them in brand new sleeves. I have these brand new sleeves for 45s, and I have some for albums, and then I have these 10-inch sleeves here for the 78 RPMs. That way, with a newer sleeve, these older sleeves are going to have dirt, dust, and everything like that. So that way, once you clean the records off and get them into brand new sleeves, it'll just help to prolong the life of your records. You won't expose them to a lot of dirt and dust. And if you can find anti-static or static-free sleeves, like these ones are, all the better. Because if your record is in really good shape and you've cleaned it really well, and it does have a little bit of that static electricity or static charge to the vinyl record, that actually attracts dust. So you want to store it in a static-free sleeve if at all possible. So, I think that's going to do it today here for Harp and Guitar, People and Music. Once again, I just want to thank everybody who's been popping in and showing all of their support here for Monk Music and myself on this channel. And I would encourage all of you, if you haven't already, to please like, share the video, and let us know what you think down in the comments below. If you get a chance, check out our homepage here on YouTube, Harp and Guitar, People and Music, and subscribe if you see what you like. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves, and thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Take care, and have a good day. Bye-bye.